The Roman family transmitted morality and social status across generations of family. The family needed to continue so that the dead ancestors could be honored by their descendants and connections made for political purposes. Basic units of ancient Roman society were households and families. Families were based on either blood ties or adoption. Groups of related households formed a family. The head of the family was known as the paterfamily. He was the eldest man of the household who had control over everything and everyone. The households included the father, wife, children, other relatives, and if the family was upper class, the servants and slaves were part of the family. The head of the family was the father. He had great power over those living with him. He could force marriages, divorces, sell his children to slavery, claim his dependents' property as his own, or kill and punish his family members. The father usually began looking for a husband for his daughter when she was very young, if this was an upper-class family. But if it was a lower-class family, the father would start looking when she was in her late teens, early 20s. A daughter, when married, fell under control of the paterfamilies of her husband's household. Later on, it fell out, as a woman could choose to continue recognizing her father's family name as her true family. Not much affection was allowed to be shown to the children. The mother or elderly relatives raised the girls and boys, and any unwanted children were sold to slavery. Greek nurses would teach the children Latin and Greek. The father taught the boys how to swim and ride horses, but if he chose not to do this, a slave would come in and teach the boys instead. The mother's job was to run the household, supervise the slaves, educate the children on some topics, and uphold the family honor. Many wives had difficulty in marriage. They were under control of their mother-in-law. When a couple had kids, especially the first boy, the wife would gain a little more authority, but she still had to answer to the mother-in-law's authority. Women had few rights in marriage. A husband could divorce his wife if she did not bear a child or didn't bear a son. If there were a divorce, the kids would stay with the father. A woman could not divorce her husband. The home was the center of the family's social identity, with ancestral portraits displayed in the entrance hall. Since the men of the family were usually gone on military service or administrative duty for years at a time, the maintenance of the family property and business decisions were often left to the wives. These slaves were part of the family if the family was an upper-class family. And if the slaves didn't work outside, they would work in the family homes and become servants for richer people. They could either be nannies, cooks, butlers, house cleaners, stable boys, tutors for the children, or laundry women. The slaves often did have families, but though they could never be sure of keeping them.